Hello everyone, Dark of All Trades here. Today, I'm confronted with a video challenge from a channel called TruthSeeker42, and I really hope that 42 is a Hitchhiker's Guide reference. Maybe this will be a cool guy who I can relate to. Anyway, his short is titled, Does Atheism Align with This? Let me know your thoughts, seeking the truth. Initially, I'm a bit leery based on this wording. It looks like he's going to ask me to reconcile a position where no God exists with some proposed facts about reality. Well, if he seeks to question the coherence of an atheistic perspective, I have some experience dealing with theists questioning the world where there is no God. Spoiler alert, he's going to ask about the position posed is that in a godless universe, the emergence of life, the appearance of design, and the notions of right and wrong become mere illusions. Let's see if we can explore this deeply and rationally.
Only heaven silence for an answer.
So do not get me wrong, it's not to offend or insult anybody, but I'm just curious. Let me know that rationally, please rationally, how this does not align with an atheistic belief. Somehow the probabilities played in favor of life. It resulted in a Big Bang, and this whole universe came into existence.
First, let's talk about the probabilities that led to the existence of life. The argument suggests that the universe and life itself arose through improbable events, culminating in what we now experience as a complex, seemingly designed reality. Yes, the odds of life forming in the universe might seem astronomical, but improbable does not mean impossible. Given the vastness of the cosmos and the immense spans of time, what seems improbable becomes not just possible, but inevitable. This is akin to rolling a die with 1 trillion sides. Given enough rolls, every number, no matter how unlikely, will eventually come up. The anthropic principle provides a useful framework for understanding this. It posits that the universe must be compatible with the conscious life that observes it. In other words, we observe the universe as it is because if it were different, we wouldn't be here to notice. There are two main forms of the anthropic principle, the weak and the strong. The weak anthropic principle simply states that we can only observe conditions that allow for our existence, and therefore it's no surprise that we find ourselves in a universe where life is possible. The strong anthropic principle goes further, suggesting that the universe must have properties that make the emergence of life inevitable. By applying the anthropic principle, we recognize that our existence is a product of the universe where the conditions happen to be just right for life to develop. This doesn't imply purpose or design, but rather a natural consequence of countless cosmic trials. The vast number of stars and planets increases the probability that somewhere life-permitting conditions would emerge. In fact, scientists now estimate that there are thousands of potentially habitable planets in our galaxy alone. Given such numbers, the emergence of life is not just possible, but statistically likely. This perspective aligns with our understanding of the universe's vastness and the sheer number of opportunities for life to arise. It shifts the narrative from seeing life as a miraculous anomaly to viewing it as an expected outcome of the universe's inherent properties. The improbability argument loses its force when we consider the virtually infinite trials across the cosmos and throughout time.
It evolves to perfection, which gives us a strong illusion of design.
Now let's move on to the illusion of design. In an atheistic view, the apparent design in nature is the result of natural processes, such as evolution by natural selection. The complexity we observe, from the intricate workings of a cell to the vast structures of galaxies, can be understood through natural laws and scientific inquiry. These processes do not require a designer. They require time, variation, and selection. One of the most compelling explanations for the complexity of life is the theory of evolution by natural selection, first articulated by Charles Darwin. Evolution explains how simple organisms can evolve into more complex forms through gradual changes over long periods. The genetic variations occur randomly, and those variations that offer some advantage in a given environment are more likely to be passed on to subsequent generations. Over immense spans of time, these incremental changes can lead to the intricate forms and functions we see in living organisms today. This process is unguided and without foresight, yet it produces the appearance of design because only those variations that succeed in their environments persist. The illusion of design is further reinforced by our cognitive biases. Humans have a natural tendency to see patterns and infer purpose, a trait that is likely evolved because it was advantageous for survival. Recognizing patterns, such as the shape of a predator in the bushes or the structure of edible plants, could mean the difference between life and death for our ancestors. This pattern-seeking behavior extends to interpreting natural phenomena. When we see complex structures and systems in nature, our minds are inclined to attribute them to intentional design, even when such design is not present. Moreover, the apparent fine-tuning of the universe for life is often cited as evidence of design. However, many scientists argue that what we perceive as fine-tuning can be explained through natural processes and the anthropic principle, which I just talked about. Physical constants and laws appear finely tuned because if they were different, life as we know it likely wouldn't exist to observe them. This doesn't imply purposeful design, but rather that we happen to be in a universe where conditions allow for our existence. Other universes with different constants might not support life, and therefore there would be no observers to note their lack of life-supporting properties. To sum up, the complexity and order we observe in the natural world do not necessitate a designer. Natural processes, particularly evolution by natural selection, provide robust explanations for the development of life's complexity. Our innate tendency to seek patterns and infer purpose further enhances the illusion of design. By understanding these processes, we can appreciate the beauty and intricacy of the natural world without invoking supernatural explanations. The universe, through its natural laws and immense scales of time and space, is capable of producing the wonders we see, driven by the simple yet profound mechanisms of variation and selection.
But in fact, there is no objective right and wrong. There is no true purpose to anything except if we decide so. We are here alone, living our lives, and objectively judged, it doesn't matter whether someone spends his life helping other people or torturing and abusing them. In the end, the light goes off. Whether it was Gandhi or Epstein, it had the same value.
The argument now shifts to morality, suggesting that without an objective right and wrong, life becomes devoid of true purpose or value. This is a profound misunderstanding of how morality and purpose are constructed in a secular worldview. Morality is not less valid because it's a human construct. It is a product of our social evolution, empathy, and rational deliberation. The fact that we can reflect on our actions and their consequences and choose to act in ways that promote well-being and reduce harm is a testament to the robustness of secular moral systems. In a secular framework, moral values are derived from human needs and experiences. We understand that certain actions lead to well-being while others cause harm. Through centuries of social development, philosophical inquiry, and practice experience, humanity has developed ethical systems that emphasize compassion, justice, and the flourishing of individuals and communities. These systems are not arbitrary. They are grounded in the realities of human existence and the social nature of our species. Consider the claim that, in the end, it doesn't matter whether one spends their life helping others or committing atrocities because ultimately the light goes off. This statement misses the essence of what it means to live a meaningful life. Our actions do matter to us and to those around us and to the larger fabric of society. While it is true that without an afterlife our actions might not have eternal consequences, they certainly have significant temporal ones. The legacy of a person like Gandhi, who was remembered for promoting peace and compassion, versus that of someone who caused immense suffering, like Epstein, demonstrates that their lives had vastly different impacts on the world and the people within it. An atheistic worldview does not render all actions morally equivalent. Instead, it places the responsibility on us, as individuals and societies, to cultivate and uphold ethical standards. Morality in a secular context is often seen as a contract or agreement that benefits everyone involved. It's about creating a society where people can live harmoniously, where justice prevails, and where human potential can be fully realized. These principles of empathy, fairness, and reciprocity form the basis of these moral systems, guiding us in making ethical decisions. Furthermore, meaning and purpose are not handed down from a higher power. They are created by us. We find meaning in our relationships, our achievements, and our contributions to the world. The impact we have on others, the progress we make in understanding and improving our world, and the joy and fulfillment we derive from our experiences are all sources of purpose. This self-determined meaning is not lesser because it's human-made. It is deeply personal and profoundly real. An atheistic perspective does not deny the complexity of life or the importance of morality. It embraces the reality that we, as conscious beings, have the power and responsibility to shape our own destinies and to build a world grounded in reason, empathy, and shared human values. Our purpose is self-determined, and our moral compass is guided by the understanding that our actions have real consequences for the happiness and suffering of others. The secular approach to morality and meaning is robust, resilient, and deeply humane, providing a solid foundation for a life well lived.
Do you really believe that?
And that's the end of his video. Looking at all the points, what is he looking for here exactly? The atheistic perspective does not deny the complexity of life or the importance of morality. It embraces the reality that we, as conscious beings, have the power and responsibility to shape our own destinies and build a world grounded in reason, empathy, and shared human values. Our purpose is self-determined, and our moral compass is guided by the understanding that our actions have real consequences for the happiness and suffering of others. It really isn't that hard if you exercise a modicum of empathy and understanding for people who think differently than you do. That's it for this one. So what did you think? Do you think that TruthSeeker42 has some good questions? Or do you think that he is replaying all the same tired apologetics that we hear time and time again? Let me know in the comments. If you like that content like this exists in the universe, hit the like button. I mean, it only makes sense. Though you can get more of my content beamed directly to your YouTubes by design by hitting that subscribe if you haven't already. My Discord is up and there are some great conversations going on, so if you're up for it, come check it out. A link is in the description. Though speaking of excellent design, I do have to give thanks to my patrons, Glaminous Anima, Sora, Long-Haired Lefty, Musical Ocelot, Ooga Booga Luga, Tarek Alkasab, Jammin' Kai Henningsen, and Triple Towel, who are the universe that was designed for and by my channel. If you'd like to be a literal galaxy in my universe, you can join them for as low as $1 a month at patreon.com/darkofalltrades. The growth of this channel has been amazing, and I couldn't have gotten nearly as far as I have without all of you. It is a slow push, but I'm working on growing and expanding the channel to do more things. I am so glad you're all here with me. Thank you. And as always, keep learning.